Well, hi, team. Thank you for showing up for your learning. Welcome to this walkthrough on how to find the equation of a line given 2 points. Okay, so the questions might look like this. Like I might tell you, here are 2 points. Find the equation of the line in y equals mx plus b form is our ultimate goal. Now let me walk you through my steps to do this. So let's say I start with these points. All right. Oh, let's get my pen out here. So I've got these 2 points. I'm going to be interested in the point 3, 7, and then I'm also interested in the point, let's go 6, 6, 1. There we go. Okay, so first step that we're going to always do is we always want to start by visualizing. You want to start getting this visual imagination of mathematics ready for more complex problems, and you're going to use this to error check and really get a really good guess on what your answers are just to start. So my first steps here would be to draw an x and y axis. I'm going to choose to draw those in black. So here is my x-axis down here. And then I've got only positive points here, so I'm going to put my y-axis on the other side over there. Lets me see lots of stuff. Okay, and now let's plot our points. So the first number here is x, and then the next number is y. So I count over 3 in the x and then up 7 in the y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I put that point right on there. And then I go over 6, 1. So there's 1, 2, 3 more. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down there. Okay, and now I visualize a line going through those 2 points. In this program, I believe I can use like a line here. Okay, so good. So I got a line. So now let's take this line and put it through those 2 points as best I can. I can add text on that line. That's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to guess like something like that, right? There, that looks good. Okay, so there's like a line that goes through that. Now, what does this give me? All right, it gives me, first of all, a really good guess on what I've got going on here. All right, one thing that I know here is that if I really take this apart, I've got here the change in x and y. So I see I'm growing by 3 while this shrinks by 6. Okay, and so that's one thing that I'm seeing. And I'm also guessing that it's going to touch the y-axis way up high. This line is going to touch it way up high. Where would I guess based on this visualization? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm predicting about 14 high. That actually seems a little high. But anyway, let's keep going. So, um, so what we've got there is already a guess. What I think, m, I think this is negative. I know this because as x increases, y is decreasing. So that means that I have a negative slope. And I expect that b is very positive. Positive and definitely bigger than 7. Like if I have 7 there as my y, this thing intersects way up there much higher than 7. Okay, cool. So now we're done with visualization. Visualization allows us to guess m, which is the slope, and b, which is the y-intercept. Oh, and you're wondering what's over there? Oh, there's a fairy over there. Okay, it's a beautiful fairy. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so I've got my guesses for M and B. Now I'm ready to start some algebra. All right, start with that visualization. It makes the algebra that much more make sense. Okay, first step, find the slope. So M, this value M, let's work in black. M is equal to change in Y divided by change in X. You'll want to memorize that or memorize the idea rise over run. And that's going to give you this value M for your equation. And your equation, as you should recall, is going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. Okay, so our first step is to find m. So let's do that. Change in y. Well, change in y is here, goes down minus 6. where I go between 7 and 1. Well, a 7-degree day goes to a 1-degree day. It got colder by 6 degrees. And then I'm looking for change in x, which is this number. All right. So I go from 3 to 6. So that got 3 bigger. 3 o'clock goes to 6 o'clock. That's 3 hours. So that's negative 6 over 3. Negative 6 over 3 is a fancy way of saying negative 2. And once you've reduced that number, you got it to negative 2 over 1, then you're ready to move on. So now we know that y is equal to negative 2 multiplied by x plus some value b to make it true. And that's going to be b is the y-intercept up here. So now we have done this. We've already done that. Now we're working on step 3, find the y-intercept of b. So in order to do that, you take either point, either one you want. So, and you decide which one looks easier to work with. I think 3, 7 is a little easier to work with. So let's work with 3, 7. Okay? And substitute those in. Okay, so if we know 3 is x and 7 is y, all right, let's substitute those in. Y, well, that's 7. X, well, that's 3. So I'm going to do minus 2 multiplied by 3. This means negative 2 multiplied by x, plus some value b to make it true. Okay, and then we just do it. Okay, just solve here for b. So 7 is equal to negative 6 plus some number b. All right, and then, well, add 6 to both sides would be our inverse operation if we want to clear that off. And then you'd have 13 equals b. All right. So our visualization was already really good. I thought it was going to be like 14, but it turns out to be 13. Okay, that tells us where it touches the y-axis, or its initial value. Okay, now the last step, write the equation. Okay, so let's write the equation. We knew it was going to be y equals mx plus b. Well, it's actually y is equal to negative 2x plus 13. And we'd circle that. We'd triumphantly state this is the equation of the line that joins those 2 points. It's the only line that will do it. So that's the whole process. Last thing is to check it against your visualization. We knew m would be negative, and indeed it is. It's negative 2. And we knew b was going to be some positive number bigger than 7, and it is. It's 13. So that's how these go. All right, shall we take a look at another example? Sure. Okay, here's another thing that you can do is you can go ahead and grab yourself a piece of graph paper. So let's grab this one. Sure. Okay. Boop. Nice big sheet of graph paper. And then we're going to draw our axes. And we'll say here is our x-axis. Here's our y-axis. And let's just throw darts at it. Let's take 2 random points, okay? Here I go, closing my eyes. Yeah, at this point. And here, closing my eyes. That point. Okay, let's find out what they are. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's negative 8 in the x. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 in the y. Okay, so that's how you would find that in a game of Battleship. And then over here, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the x, and 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4 in the y. So that's 13, negative 4. Wow, I do love me some Fibonacci numbers. And now I want to know the equation of the line that joins these 2 points like that. All right, so let's do it. As you saw, this is totally random. So first step, we've already done our visualization. I know that m is negative. M is going to be less than 0, but it's also going to be negative 1, I believe, is even smaller than m. Like m is going to be a little bit between 0 and negative 1. Okay, and then b, I expect b is going to be b is going to be greater than 0 for sure. So 0 is less than b, but b is also less than 12. It's going to be down here below 12, and my visualization says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around 6. B equals 6, somewhere in there. Okay, so there I got some guesses, and they're within like pretty close. So now let's do the algebra. So first step, find m. M is equal to change in y, so 12 minus minus 4. That's my change in y. It's going from here down to there. And then I have change in x, so negative 8 minus 13. Okay, now so m is equal to here 16 over negative 21. 16 and 21 do not share factors, so that's fully reduced. Appreciate it. And so we can now write y is equal to negative 16 over 21. Just get in the habit of writing the negative on top, multiplied by x, plus some value b. Now let's go ahead and find b. And we can use either one of these points to work with. And I think negative 8, 12 is a little easier to work with. So let's do that. So if I work with negative 8, 12, I'm going to substitute those in for y and x. So y is 12 and x is negative 16 times negative 8, all divided by 21, plus some value b to make it true. Okay, now we solve this for b. So 12, I'm going to write that over 21. So I have to do 12 multiplied by 21 over 21. Let me just pause here. All right, let's carry on. So we are over here. So we wanted to put 12 over 21 so that we'd have a common denominator, and that's going to be equal to negative 16 times negative 8, which I happen to know is 128 over 21. 16 times 8 is 128. Okay. Cool. And then plus b. Right? So this is the benefit of just working straight down and all of these things. I can say 12 is indeed 12 times 21 over 21. Negative 16 times negative 8 over 21 is indeed this, and b is indeed b. I just bring all the things down. Right? And then I'm going to subtract 128 over 21 from both sides. Okay, cool. Now, we need to do this 12 times 21, and you could absolutely do that in your head, or you could absolutely just bring out a calculator and do 12 times 21. Gives you 252. Very, very beautiful number. All right, so that's 252 over 21 minus 128 over 21. Well, that's B. All right, let's find out what that is. 252 minus 128. Don't mind if I do. Minus 128 equals 124. All right, cool. 124 over 21. Oops. So this is 124 over 21. Now, 21 is divisible by 7 and 3. So if 124 has any factors, 7 or 3, then we could reduce it. 124 is not divisible by 3 because I've already added the digits together. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. 7 is not divisible by 3. And that's our divisibility test for 3. Okay, so it's not divisible by 3. Okay, and then checking 124 for divisibility by 7. I can tell you it's not, but you can also do it this way.
Philip Johnson, please go to room 212. Philip Johnson to room 212.
So that's actually the fully reduced version of B. All right. So you will have your final equation being y is equal to, what was our m value? Our m value was negative 16 over 21. And that's multiplied by x. And then we're going to add b, 124, oh my goodness, over 21. We predicted that b was going to be close to 6. 124 over 21. That's just 2/21 short of 6. So it's a very, very close to 6. So our visualization is very useful. It all checks out. Our m value was indeed between 0 and negative 1. And so this is the final equation that we are looking for. So using these ideas, go ahead and complete the build your skills and check your understanding work that we shared here. Some of them are some interesting different practical situations that might have you drawing graphs with different scales, do your best to use graphs, tables, and equations to solve these problems. When we give you a table like this, or even if we just give you 2 points, that's basically a table of values, a relationship between x and y. And then you can, from that, find equations and find graphs. Any questions, absolutely hit me up by email. Otherwise, thanks very much for showing up for your learning. And bye for now, everyone. Bye.